Okay guys, I'm gonna make a quick video here. It's gonna be real quick. So what we have here is I glue up my own foam tires. So I make the rims. In this case I had Josh Howard to make my rims. I've made them in the past, but I had Josh to make them because Josh is very good at what he does, and he has a quick turnaround. I called him on a Tuesday or something like a Tuesday or Wednesday, and like 2 3 days later my product was at my door. So a lot of times I get Josh to make stuff that I can make, but it just saves me a lot of time, or he has the capabilities and equipment to spit things out real fast. But anyway, this is foam tires for my RC drag car, and you can see the custom rims that I use for my cars, and here's the foam. This is not really the good foam. My good foam is this stuff right here, which is Mike Smith's. This is Mike Smith foam, but the foam that I'm trying to run here is a little wider, so I'm trying to run a wider tire now where I used to run a narrow tire. And everything I got from Mike is a lot narrow. I bought a bunch of foam for him and I still got it in stock, so I really hate to get any more when I got this sitting here. So but I did pick out a few pieces that were a little wider, so I was able to get them mounted up. So these are already mounted, glued up. Now I'm going to show you the process that I go through to glue up my tires. So the first thing I do is I take regular old contact cement. You know, a lot of people got different methods and different materials, but I use regular old Wellwood contact cement. Nothing special. Stuff works great for me. So I take that. First of all, I bore out my center point for my foam. I cut the OD and I cut the center, and then my rim I take and I coat it with contact cement, 2 coats. I let it kind of tack up on the first coat, then the second I come over the second coat, and then the same thing in the rim inside the tire. I put 2 coats in there as well, and I let that sit up overnight, so that way you get a good dried bond to each surface. You don't want to put it on there and then try to glue them up on the same day, because at that point your glue has not adhered to either surface, and when you go to push it together, you're going to break the bond on to the parent material, and that's why you see people with tires that blow off and fly off in the air, and this is what they call explode, because you didn't have a good bond to the parent material. So what I do is I glue up inside the tire on the rim, let it sit overnight, come back the next morning or the next day, and I take 50-50 acetone, 50% acetone, and then 50% paint thinner. 50-50, do a 50-50 mix it together, stir it up, and I already done a bunch of rims. That's why you see a bunch of foam particles in here. And I'm gonna try my best to show you my process while doing it. It's kind of a fast thing, so it ain't really a lot of time to play around. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set these 2 over here to the side because I'm not doing those right now. I'm gonna do 2 sets at a time. Well, 1 set at a time. First, I'm gonna dab inside the foam, get coated, and what this is doing is it's heating the outer layer of that glue up. It's making it back to a semi-liquid state. So let's put that one there, do the next one, and I'm just making sure I'm getting it wet all over the surface inside. Make sure. I'll set that down. Now I'm gonna take a rim, submerge it, bring it out. That's all I gotta do for that. Take the next rim, submerge it, bring it out, and let it sit. So what I'm doing now is what I call letting it burn. I'm letting that acetone and paint thinner mix burn the outer layer of the contact cement. What it's doing is making it back liquid state slightly without affecting the bond to the parent material. So go again, second coat of mix into the foam, second coat of mix into the other foam, Okay, now, all right, get that submerged again, and it starts to get slick. You know it's ready. Everything is slick. You can't hardly pick it up. You really need a bigger container. I haven't did tires in a while, and I can't remember what I did with my container. But so I just took an alcohol bottle and cut it open. Really, you need a larger container. All right, one last dab inside the foam. Okay, and I'm going to submerge this and press them together. I'm just going to push it up in there. It's a quick process. So I'm just pushing that foam up in that rim to seat at the place I want it. And there it is. My rim is inside the foam. I said it backwards a while ago. My rim is inside the foam. Set that to the side. Now, same thing again. Dab inside the foam. Get it wet. Make sure it's burned. Make sure it's burning. Do the rim again. You want that rim to be slick. If you feel it grippy, it won't go in that foam. It's got to be it's got to be real slick. Now I can barely pick. Oh well. I just dropped that on the ground. So you can see it's not even dirty. I dropped it on my floor, but because it's in a liquid state and it's slick, nothing really bonded to it. So I'm gonna reset with the foam. Nothing really. The trash on the floor did not really stick to that foam, so I'm good. You don't want to really do that. I mean, I didn't do that on purpose, of course. All right. Okay, put my finger in there, stick it together. I'm trying to do this and show y'all at the same time. See, there you go, went right in. And what I do is go a little further than I want to, and then I come back and reset it in. So you got a quick moment where you can actually move it. Once it starts to dry, you can hang it up. You're not gonna move. So that set's done. And you can see what it looks like. There it is. So now my next step, do the last set. Now I turn my brush just so that I can just throw the mixture down in there. Same thing with the foam, with the rim now. All I'm doing is getting it wet. That's all I gotta do. With the rim, just get it wet, let it sit and burn. Right now we're just letting it burn. That's all we're doing. If you go too fast, you try to stick it too fast, it'll like stick. The outer layer won't be wet enough, won't be heated up enough, and you will not get it in that foam. It will not slide in there. But the longer you wait, the easier to go in. We just don't want to wait too long, because at that point you could start heating it up too far and breaking the initial bond that you don't want to break. You just want the outside. Here we go, push in. Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go. Yeah, see that going in real nice. Push in. Want to go a little further, and then I reset it. There it is. Looks good. Last one. Do the foam. And submerge the rim. Rims feel slick, it's ready. And here we go. Push it in. See that? And a little further and reset. Just want to make sure that when I true my tire, that I have enough on the edge. Okay, so that's it. That's how you assemble your tires. So now there's another waiting period. This needs to dry for at least 24 hours. Well, not really 24 hours. Really in the morning, I could come back. This is in the evening, late in the evening. So I could come back in the morning and true that up and start truing that. But even then, I wouldn't want to spin it too fast. But when you're truing, you're not really spinning it fast, no way. But that's it. So it's like, for me, it could be a 2-day process, or it could be a 3-day process. 1 day to glue up, 1 day to bond, and another great day to true it up, to true the tire or you can do one day to glue, next morning to bond. I'm sorry, yeah, one day to glue, next morning to bond, and then that evening you could true it. You know, but it's always best to wait longer and give the glue time to dry. That's my concept. The longer that glue dries, the more better bond you have. And so I like to give credit to Mr. Bill Paso, Lightspeed Engineering. He the one taught me this process, how to glue up the tires. That was his method that he taught me a long time ago, and I've been using it ever since. And I've never had a tire to come unglued from the rim. I've never had a tire to blow up, fly off the rim or anything like that. This process is slower, but in my opinion, it has more. I have the most success with it myself personally. I haven't blew up any tires or anything. So once again, that's it. And it's a good idea to make something to hold your rim in the center. So when you apply the glue, I apply the glue with a brush, and then inside my rim is so small that I use just like a tube or something to go in there and put it inside the foam. But then on the outside of the rim, I just use a regular brush to put the glue on. That's it, guys. And like I said, Josh Howard, his company, he makes my rims, and he makes a lot of parts for me. Like I said, I called him on one day. He was done the next day. The longest part was the shipping. And, you know, it took you to get to my house. But I called him one day and said, hey, I need these parts. He said, no problem. The very next day, for the end of business the next day, he was done and ready to ship my product. I paid him immediately, and my product came quick. So can't go wrong with Josh Howard. And Mike Smith has the best foam in the world. His foam tires never let me down. I have run national events on his tire. I've ran 3 national events on the same set of tires. People may not believe that, but I ran 3 national events on the same set of tires of Mike Smith foam. They don't wear. They run real good. Now this foam that I bought here, this stuff is basically nowhere comparable to Mike's. I'm going to run it and try to figure it out because I have so much of it. So I'm just going to run it and see what I can get out of it. You know, it's just simple fact of I have it and I want to use it. You know, otherwise it's just a big waste of money that I have sitting around. Anyway, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like, subscribe button if you ain't already subscribed. Hit that like button. And, leave me some comments, whatever. All right, have a great day. Be blessed.